Is there somebody you lead right now that you're having a hard time connecting with? Well, in this video, I'm going to share 3 tips on how to connect with them. All right, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ben Ward, and I've been a sales leader for over 2 decades, and I like to talk about high performance in sales leadership and how to really draw out the best in those you lead. Now, if you're responsible for inspiring a team, motivating them, coaching them to achieve results and want to continue to learn, continuous improvement, take actionable steps on how to become a better leader, then this channel was created for you. Click subscribe, tap on the bell notification so you know when these new videos come out every time, and hit the like button so that more leaders are able to see these videos. If you don't like it, give me a thumbs down. I want to hear from you either way. And at the end, I'm going to share one bonus tip on leadership that you are not going to want to miss. All right, first tip, go out and serve them. Find some meaningful way to help them. Whether it's right now, if it's virtual, what can you do right now that would be meaningful to them? What's something that would make an impact in their life? Be thoughtful of them and their needs right now. And if you're struggling to really connect with somebody, if you're having a hard time, you're responsible to lead this person, and you're just not connecting for one reason or another, I challenge you, first thing, what can you do right now? In fact, stop this tape because we have 2 other tips, and take action right now to serve this person. Send them a message, send them a text, write them a letter and mail it off. Bake them some cookies and send it to them. But do something to serve them right now. All right, tip number 2. Call them and have a conversation. Pick up your phone and dial their number and talk with them. Or even better yet, get them on a conference call. Get them on a Zoom call, Blue Jeans, Google Meet, Google Hangouts, whatever it is to where you can see them and communicate with them, where they can hear your voice, and better yet, see your face, and have a conversation with them. 93% of our communication is nonverbal and metaverbal. Only 7% is the things that we say. So there's so much lost in translation. And if you're struggling to connect with somebody, pick up the phone, call them. Here's a couple sample questions you can ask them right now to connect in with them. First one, how are you doing? Just simple, right? And listen, and if they're not opening up, that's fine. If your relationship isn't great with them, ask yourself before getting on the phone with them a very challenging question. It's a question that every leader will wrestle with, especially when dealing with somebody that they're having a hard time connecting with. And that question is, how am I part of the problem? And the answer might be, I'm not, it's them. And that's where I want to challenge you to dig even deeper and really consider this and find an answer, even if it has to be from their perspective. From their perspective, how would I be a problem? Well, I don't really know. Well, I know you don't know. But if you did know, what would it be? Challenge yourself. And I challenge you to answer this question. How am I part of the problem? And don't get on that phone call until you can answer authentically with, okay, I can see how could be a problem in this area. Now you call that person, and during the right time in that conversation, you let them know, hey, I've been thinking about you. And I've just been thinking about, I really want to connect better with you. I want to be a better leader. I want to be more helpful. And I started asking myself, how am I part of the problem? And honestly, it was pretty humbling what I came up with just for myself. I feel like I can do XYZ better for you. But this is how you connect with people that you lead and that you serve, is by being authentic and transparent. And rather than pointing blame at them, looking inward and saying, okay, how can I be better? And we can always be better as leaders. As we look deep, and if we look deep enough, if we're struggling to answer that question, I challenge you to look even deeper And as you do, and as you have these meaningful conversations, not hiding behind the text or the feed, but actual, where they can hear the voice inflections, your tone, your pitch. If you genuinely care and you want to make an impact for that person, they're gonna have a much better chance of sensing that from you. All right, third tip. I developed this several years ago after coaching tens of thousands of sales leaders, and this one tool has changed everything, and it's very simple. It's called the Mind, Heart, Feet Assessment Tool. And it's kind of like when you go to a doctor and you first show up. Initially, they're gonna take your temperature, kind of get an idea where things are out of your head. They're gonna check they're gonna check your heart, and they're gonna go down and do reflexes on your knees and just kind of get a sense, mind, heart, feet, very general. And then they take it a little bit deeper and they start asking you some questions. And the principle is prescription without proper diagnosis is malpractice. And so if a doctor came in and just saw you and just wrote a prescription, said, here you go, this is what you need, you'd be like, doctor, wait, you don't know me, you don't know what's going on. And so proper diagnosis ends up being an absolute key. And as leaders, how often do we go around writing hot prescriptions that are bad because we don't know where their mind is at, where their heart is at, and where their feet are at? And so mind, what's going on in their mind? What are their thoughts right now? What are they thinking? Where's their head at? How are they doing? How are they showing up? And getting a very simple, clear sense of kind of where they're at right now. Their heart. We're talking about somebody that you lead. Do you know where their heart is at? Do you know what moves them? Do you know what drives them? What makes them tick? What are their dreams? What are their goals? What are they pushing for? Where is their heart at? What's their why? Why do they show up? You're their leader. Why are they showing up to work? Why do they continue to wake up and come into work or work within the company, even if they're working at home? Where's their heart at? And as leaders, we have a responsibility to understand a little bit of where their heart's at so that we can help them move in the direction that they want to achieve something greater than just the day-to-day work that we're doing. And their feet, what are their results? What are their feet doing? Are their feet are they like Eeyore? Have you seen Winnie the Pooh where Eeyore's just moping around? Yeah, today's a really boring day. And he just mopes around. Or are their feet more like Fred Flintstones? And he's just flying, yabba dabba doo, right? Just flying. Where are their feet? And to get an indication of where their feet are, what are their results? What are they doing with their time? Where are their feet? And if they're flying like Fred Flintstone, are they flying in the right direction? Maybe they're not. Maybe they're flying in the wrong direction. And that's possibly part of the problem. What are their feet doing? You want to get an indication. Where's their mind at? And the way to find out is very simple. Just ask them, how's it going? How are you showing up today? And they'll start sharing. You'll get an indication on how they're doing. Their heart. It's very simple. Hey, I want to get to know you a little bit better. What makes you tick? What gets you up out of bed in the morning? What gives you life? And just to have a very simple conversation. And then their feet are the hardest to cover up. Everybody knows what their feet are doing. They're either producing results or they're not. And also to find out a little bit more of what their feet are doing, ask them hey, tell me what a day looks like for you. Tell me this week. Tell me Tuesday. What was Tuesday like for you? And maybe you already have visibility into that, and maybe you don't. But get an idea of where their feet are at. And as you get clear on a little bit of where their mind's at, where their heart's at, and where their feet are at, what their feet are doing, this will give you great insight to better connect with anybody that you serve, anybody that you lead, to help you be more impactful as a leader to them. Now for a final bonus I want to share with you is something I learned from a Wyoming cowboy, Papa Hyde. And Papa Hyde's incredible. And he told me something one time. He said, if you take the time it takes less time. And I thought, wow, that's so powerful. Because in leadership, and especially dealing with maybe somebody that's challenging to lead, as we up front invest a little bit of time to get to know that person and get to know where their mind's at, where their heart's at, where their feet are at. And as we talked about earlier in this video, as we serve them, go out and do something for them, right? And as we call and have a conversation with them, and we've asked ourselves the question, how am I part of the problem here? And as we have this conversation and take the time it takes, it ends up taking less time over time with that person. So the 3 tips we've talked about today in this video to connect more meaningfully with the people on your team that you serve are: first, serve them. Go do something for them. It could be anything that's meaningful that comes to your mind for that person, go do that. 2, call them. Have a conversation with them. And 3rd, to connect with somebody that you lead. A very simple mind, heart, feet assessment. Where's their mind at? Where's their heart at? And what are their feet doing? And as you do these 3 things, watch the connection that you are making with the people that you lead just start to lift. And if you want to go deeper with a tool that will help you draw out the best from the people that you lead, download this guide. It will help you to identify a very specific goal that they're pursuing and to help you coach them through to help them achieve it. And it's called the Smart Massive Action Plan. It's a tool I've developed in over 20 years of working with people. I started using it just for myself and I found massive results and impact. So I started coached thousands of people on this tool, and it can work for you to help you draw out the very best from the people that you lead. So download it, the link's down below, and in the next video, I'm gonna share our 4th core value, what it means to us at a deep level, and what it can mean for you in building a high-performing team. And with that, make it a great day.